Hey, I guess super great to have you, Xuan. And we're really excited to have the Blocto IDO happen on Impossible Finance. So super great to be able to have you share more about Blocto with the entire community. If you don't mind sharing a bit more on Blocto and the entire kind of journey that you guys have taken in crypto.
Yeah, sure. So like the team has been in this space for quite some time. I personally started in like since 2015. Actually, when I was in grad school, I did a little bit of Bitcoin mining back in like 2011 or 12. But actually got into the field in 2015, and I did some like side projects in Ethereum. And then I joined the industry in 2017. I built like the top ranking crypto exchange and high performance blockchain. And in 2019, my co-founder Edwin and we started this company, Blocto, and focus on like making blockchain experience simple. So like more users, like no matter they know like how blockchain works or not, they can enjoy these applications that are built on blockchain. So the idea is to make blockchain simple so that like everyone can join.
Yeah, I think that's a really important goal, and that matches a lot with our overall impossible vision. We really do want to make sure that the barriers to entry for this space get much smaller, so that hopefully we can welcome even more people to enter our community of the DeFi world, right? So I'm kind of curious, I think you're already kind of touching upon it, but what other kinds of user pain points are you guys currently trying to solve with Blocto?
Okay, so there are a couple of things. So the first thing is like first onboarding. When we started, and actually still right now, it's very painful for most people to get into this to this field. You go to a website, you go to a blockchain based application, and then they tell you to like download a Chrome extension before you can actually start using this application. And then after you download it, you have to create a seed phrase. You have to write it down. Some applications ask you they test you to check that you have properly written it down. And then you think, oh, I'm finally done. I can start using. No, you have to get some cryptocurrency first, and before you can send any transaction. And then so the onboarding process is quite a mess, and it takes a new user at least a couple of hours to get on board. So this is one obstacle, and the other obstacle is that since 2019, it has people are starting to realize that Ethereum is too congested. The transaction fee is getting skyrocketing, and the time to confirm transactions become longer and longer. And so people are going to different blockchains, like newer blockchains with higher performance. And this introduced new issues because it was difficult trying to learn one blockchain. Now we have 10 applications scattered across 10 different blockchains. So it's even harder for users to try to use an application running on one chain and then use the assets or somehow bridge the asset to another chain and use the service there. So these are the two major issues we see in terms of user experience in the blockchain right now. That is onboarding and cross-chain.
Yeah, I hate when my funds get stuck on one chain and then I don't have gas to do something else on the other. So I think this is really neat, and I think one of my favorite user experience points that right now Blocto Wallet offers. I think comparing to maybe some other kind of smart contract wallets, there are some other interesting ones maybe Argent, or you've seen on the institutional side some people start using Gnosis safes. I would love to actually hear more about your thoughts about what differentiates Blocto from any other existing wallets out there, and what would be other kind of different super powerful unique selling points that you guys have.
Yeah. So in order to tackle the issues that I just described, so like for example, like onboarding, we most wallets, like they start with just a pure non-custodial experience, which is good. Like it is the core spirit of blockchain anyway, but it is too difficult to educate the user to start with a non-custodial experience. So we provide a more like a mixed experience, and like we take them like by hand, like a step by a step. So they started with a custodial experience. They can sign up an account with their email like within 20 seconds. They don't have to worry about the private key in the first place. So because like they don't really need to, they don't have any assets in their wallets anyway. So they don't care about like how decentralized it is. But eventually, when they accumulate more assets in their wallets, and they this wallet actually starts becoming their identity in the world, so they want to like protect it, make it more secure, and that is when they would want to like switch to a non-custodial experience. So Blocto, we provide this like switching mechanism, and so basically users can start with a custodial experience, and then later switch to a non-custodial experience where they take custody of their own wallet. And another thing is that we do like fee subsidization. So like especially on the newer chains where transaction fee is like pretty low, still like users will have to try to get some like BNB in order to send a transaction, although like the transaction fee is just a couple of cents, but like they still have to buy crypto, like a couple of cents of cryptocurrency to use this application. So since we are a smart contract wallet and we do have like fee subsidization mechanism, users can start more easily. And also another use case is that like when you send like for example Tether, you don't have to use like Ethereum or BNB on BSC. You don't have to use the native coin to pay for the transaction fee. You can pay with anything. Like in our system, like we have a Blocto point system that you can use to pay for any transaction fee on any blockchain that we supported. Or like you can use the stable coins to pay for the transaction fee. Like it's up to you, and you don't really have to like have BNB or Ethereum in your wallet at all times. Yeah, that is another thing. And we're also like doing a lot of work on the cross-chain part as well. So right now we are supporting some of the most fast-growing chains that includes like Binance Smart Chain and like Flow, like Solana and Avalanche, and Polygon. So we support these chains, and we're accumulating users across these different chains. And we're working on like connecting these chains together. So our users, like they can use their assets interchangeably. Like they can, for example, they can use their BNB to pay for some transaction on Flow, and then they can use their Flow assets to pay for transaction on Solana. And it happens seamlessly for the users. So like it technically goes through a lot of steps. Like they might have to go through like the DEX, and then like go through a cross-chain bridge, and then go through another DEX on another chain. But for the user, it's just one click, and we handle all the like tedious work for the users. Yeah. So I think in the end, I think user experience and how we try to think of this wallet experience differently than other wallets is what differentiates us from other wallets.
Yeah, really complete answer. I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna make sure I update to the latest version of Blocto right away after this call. I think you already mentioned so many of these different advantages and a lot of the awesome features. I think we've talked mostly about the wallet, but I would love to have you share a little bit more on some of the other products that you guys have built, such as the Blocto Swap, Balancer, Auction House, Vault, and I'm probably missing a few other ones as well.
No problem, no worries. So yeah, so a couple of them are already built and launched, and a couple of them are still work in progress. So the one that we have already launched is Blocto Swap, which is the first DEX running on Flow. So like people may think of Flow as a more of an NFT focused chain, but it is not. Like the smart contract language that Flow introduced, Cadence, it's actually like more than capable to handle DeFi as well. So like we built the first DEX running on Flow, and our next step is also to bridge assets from other chains. So like users can, so basically we will combine the Blocto Swap with a couple of cross-chain bridges like Flow to Solana, and then like Flow to Binance Smart Chain, and then users can like trade their assets like in Blocto Swap at the same time. Yeah. So, and another interesting thing that we are going to do next is our Blocto Bay, which is our like NFT marketplace that that is also running on Flow. But like as I mentioned, like we focus a lot on cross-chain. So our NFT marketplace is going to be like a cross-chain NFT marketplace, and it's not like the other NFT like cross-chain marketplaces out there. So most of the cross-chain marketplaces right now, they're actually just the same marketplace deployed onto two chains with the same brand, and they call it a cross-chain marketplace. But it doesn't work that. It's not really like a cross-chain marketplace, because like if you sell your NFT on Ethereum, and then you want to use your assets to buy something else on Polygon, it takes a couple of steps. Like it's not like all these NFTs or all these fungible tokens can be used interchangeably in there. Yeah. So what we're going to do, like we are going to actually create a more seamless cross-chain experience in terms of trading NFT assets.
Nice. So I think it's safe to say that many of these other quote unquote cross-chain launchpads, they're still a multi-stop offering, but you guys can really offer this one-stop shop to be able to access and use all of the different chains and all of the different assets on each of these chains. That's super awesome.
Yeah. And by the way, there's one thing that I want to add is that, so it may sound like we are trying to do everything and trying to compete with anyone, which is not the case. So like our goal is to build like a network effect, like, and connect these different chains together and provide users a better experience, more interconnected experience. So our services, like we don't want to build anything ourselves. If there's an existing DEX, or if there's an existing cross-chain bridge that already works, what we will do is just integrate with these services and just provide a more like consistent experience to the users. Yeah, so we're not trying to compete with anyone else. We're more like trying to collaborate with anyone, like with all the applications that are in different ecosystems. So so that is also why we're doing, so Blocto token itself, although it's launched natively on Flow, we're also bridging it to like a Binance Smart Chain and working with you to do an IDO on BSC. So yeah, this is our play. This is our goal.
Yeah, we think this is actually part of the reason why Blocto really fits our thesis, because of that multi-chain vision, as well as really trying to do everything it takes to give a better user experience for our users, given that we do believe in this multi-chain world. I think that you already are starting to touch on the BLT kind of token, and so we'd love to maybe share a little bit more on some of the token utility. I think it's super amazing that you guys have already built so much stuff in so little time, and we're really excited to see what other additional features you bake into it.
Okay, yeah. So we are launching this Blocto token, BLT, which is the ecosystem like utility and governance token within the Blocto ecosystem. So the idea is that if you bring value into the ecosystem, for example, as a user, like you bring value into the ecosystem by joining the ecosystem and using it, using our wallet frequently and storing your assets in our wallet, and use the applications that are integrated with Blocto. And on the other hand, for dApps to bring value into the ecosystem, it is by integrating with our SDKs and and bring new users into the ecosystem. And so when you do that, when you bring value into the ecosystem, then we will reward you with the Blocto token. And with the Blocto token, you can basically have a saying what happens next in the ecosystem. For example, what chain we are going to integrate next, or which product, what are the configurations, what are how much revenue we should put into a vault and reward to users. So if you're a BLT holder, you are eligible to those kind of decisions. And and then so that makes us make our interests more aligned. So our users are not only our users, and the dApps that integrate with our service are not only our SDK consumers. We are actually fighting for the same goal to bring a better user experience to the users. So that's mostly the idea. And also other than the governance use cases, with BLT, you also get to have VIP privilege on all the services that we built. So that includes Blocto Wallet and Blocto Swap, the DEX that's running on Flow, and also the Blocto Bay, which is the NFT marketplace that's supporting cross-chain NFT trading. So if you are a BLT holder, you get discounts and privilege on these platforms.
Super awesome. Yeah, I guess I only have one last question, where you already mentioned the integration of incredibly many different chains and this kind of integrated experience. So I guess what's next? What are the next kind of chains that you'll be looking to support?
Yeah. Okay. So in terms of how we pick the chain that we are supporting, that comes back to our main goal, which is bringing, we want to become the first ever blockchain experience for new users. So we want users to use Blocto as the first step, as their first wallet to purchase an NFT or participate in a decentralized finance product, for example. So because if they have a good first impression in the ecosystem, they tend to stay for longer, because most of the users, 2 years ago, I tried to introduce these blockchain applications to my friends, my family, and they tried for half an hour, and then they decided to give up, and then they never come back, which is a pity, because these applications are actually providing a lot of value to everyone, but they are shut out because it's such a pain to use them. So I think it's it's quite a pity for the entire industry. So so we want to bring a better user experience to the to everyone. So right now, we're focusing on the chains that share the same vision. So any chain, if they want to appeal to mass market, and they have applications running on them that appeal to mass market, they are our first priority to integrate with.
That's awesome. I think that kind of wraps up our questions from our side. It was an incredible pleasure in having you today, Xuan, and I'm really excited to hopefully, get some allocation into Blocto token myself as we look at. I believe there's still maybe 9 days or so left with the stake period on Impossible. And so if you haven't staked yet to try and get a piece of the Blocto IDO, please go visit our staking page at invest.impossible.finance and definitely get ready to hopefully be a user in a new ecosystem member that gets this first chance to try many of these new chains, hopefully directly in the Blocto wallet. Xuan, super thankful for you to come over and chat with us today, and have a great rest of the day.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers.